Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be looking at a Chevy Camaro SS. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Jerry Signer Chevy here in Salt Lake City, Utah for giving me some time with this Camaro. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 6.2 liter V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy 16 around town and then 26 on the highway, with power outputs being 455 horsepower and then 455 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood of the Camaro, you guys can see the venting there in the center. Other than that though, it's not too crazy. And then popping down below, we've got the crazy daytime running light design. SS there in the grill, got the blacked out Chevy bow tie. Then you guys can see the rest of the grill down below also blacked out. And putting it all together, the contrast between the black and the white on this car looks really cool. Now coming around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 245/40/20 in the front and then 275/35/20 in the rear. And then when you take a look at the wheel design itself, you guys can see all blacked out. We also have Brembo brakes as well. Got the little Camaro badge there on the side, and then you guys can see most of the elements here are body painted, and then this one is the soft top. And here's your full side view with the Camaro SS. Now taking a look at the key fob, we've got lock and unlock pretty normal. Remote start, that's to actually drop the top. And then you guys can see for the trunk release, and then you got the Chevy bow tie. And speaking of trunk, well, since this is a soft top, we lose quite a bit of storage space, but this is more about driving rather than carrying stuff around. Now I've got this cool low profile spoiler that's body painted. I love the taillights, how they're like smoked out. That looks so cool. And then you guys can see with the exhaust tips, those are pretty aggressive. And of course we got our SS badge. And putting it all together, let me know your thoughts on the Camaro, but you know, I will miss this design. It's such a cool looking car. Now taking a look at the door panel, you guys can see here we've got padding down below and a little bit on the side here as well. The windows are automatic, as you can see. You can also roll down the rear windows, which are really tiny. And then look at the handle, that's pretty cool. And then here's a quick look at the mirrors. So a couple things. First off, here's those tiny rear windows, and then you do in fact have back seats in the Camaro. Now with the top down, obviously you have unlimited headroom because sky, but with the top up, it's very limited, and then legroom, top down or top up, is always going to be on the cramped side of things. And then taking a look at the front seats, you guys can see these are the Recaros. Cool Alcantara there in the center, and then you can see the leather trim on the outside. Really nice looking seat overall. It is power adjustable. So here is the steering wheel. It's actually wrapped in Alcantara, which is pretty cool. Paddle shifters on the back for that 10-speed automatic. Got a bunch of practical controls like cruise control, volume controls, SS logo there at the bottom, and then regular stocks there on the back. Now here's a quick look at the gauge clutch. You guys can see mostly analog. We do have that screen there in the center, which you can use to scroll through to see different bits of info on the car itself. And this is also where the drive modes will pop up. So you guys can see we've got a touring, snow, ice, track, and sports. So they keep things simplistic, just 4 drive modes. And then in reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. Now, as for the rest of the infotainment system, it has really good response time. It's got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You got some physical buttons down below to also help out with using it, and of course a volume dial, which is always important. But yeah, good response time and super easy to use. Now we've got our climate controls down below here. As you can see, this has the cool setup where you twist the vent to adjust the temperature, and then the other one is for the fan speed, since this is a single zone climate Camaro. But I've always thought this is so cool. More car makers should do something like this. And then here's a shifter for that 10-speed automatic transmission. It does have a manual shift function. Stability control behind that. You got your drive mode select, parking brake, got a little charging port. And then look at this for the center console. Pretty interesting with the overall setup. I guess it makes sense, so it can be kind of like an armrest, right? And then you have some like stitching here on the dash, and then yeah, glove box is pretty good storage. And then this leads us to the top. So we have this button right here that we can press. Pretty simple, and it'll say top not secure right there. And it's doing some stuff here in the back. Oh man, that sun is bright. Takes a second, but not too bad. And then here's a quick look at the Camaro with the top down. This will obviously allow you to hear the engine a bit more, and So you can get some wind in your hair or scalp, depending on how much of a boomer you are. Okay, I had to make the joke, I'm sorry. Anyways, here's our window sticker for this Camaro. You guys can see most of the stuff is standard. Base MSRP is $45,900. We've got some options like the Recaro seats, the automatic transmission, some other things. Total MSRP though, $52,075, and we'll put that down there so it doesn't blow away in the wind. And let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood, both of the mirrors, throughout the rest of the rear. Obviously having the top down helps out quite a bit. Now I'm not going to have the top down for very long with this driving, because it's like 100 degrees outside today. And so yeah, it's kind of toasty, and I'll keep my scalp intact, right? But I will say you can hear everything. You can hear the train horn blaring in the background probably, but yeah, you can hear the car better too. The exhaust, all of that. I will say I do like this Alcantara steering wheel quite a bit. And man, I feel like such a boomer driving around here. I'm gonna roll up the windows, and then I'm gonna do the rear windows separate. When you roll up the windows, it does really make the Camaro feel quite a bit more insulated. Like it's a pretty substantial difference right off the bat. Yeah, it's crazy. It's actually a really good convertible, honestly, in terms of like the sound that you hear. Yeah, and you can get that exhaust a bit. Here, I'll pop it into manual mode. Listen to that. Gotta love that sound. Here, we'll put the window sticker down a little bit lower so it doesn't blow away. Yeah, it just has such a crisp, sorry about that. Yeah, it's such a crisp sound. It's really cool. And the downshifts, those are great too. Yeah, I was like, Escalade, choose your destiny. That's fun. Yeah, it really does have it's a very clean sound. And again, like V8s are going away, and so like not much longer for you to be able to hear something like that in today's world where everything's going, you know, electric, and if it's not electric, it's smaller displacement, turbocharged, hybrid, all that. Whereas this is just some good old naturally aspirated V8 fun. Yeah, just listen to that. So now we're gonna do the top down. Now I believe that we can do this while moving at like very slow speeds. So we're going like 5 miles an hour here. Look at that, still moving. Quick. And then we can do the windows. So we got the front ones, and I'll leave the side windows open so you guys can kind of hear what's happening a little bit. Yeah, listen to that. The cool thing about those side windows is you can have like the nice insulated cabin feel, but then you can still hear the exhaust really well. Listen to that. I bet your EV doesn't sound like that. Listen to that. So cool. Such a clean sound overall. So I guess that will get us into summing things up once we're able to cross here. There we go. Pretty easy. So fun. Yeah, I mean, this car's great. It handles well, it drives really well. for a muscle car, pony car, whatever you want to call it. And it looks cool. The convertible obviously adds the drop top fun aspect of it and everything. So yeah, let me know your thoughts here on the Camaro SS convertible. But like, this is it. This is like your last chance to get one of the greatest muscle cars, pony cars, whatever you want to call it, ever made. And let me tell you, it's a blast to drive.